gentlemen, welcome back to the Jewel Exchange with Spit Gems. Today, we have an honor, we have a privilege, we have one of the nicest MCs of all time, not just one of the illest and most skilled MCs, but you talking about one of the hardest working MCs of all time, man, bar none. Um, I believe this brother has just put out his 50th project, which has got to be a record. Not only that, man, outside of music, you know what I'm saying, and off the mic, he's done some incredible things. Speaking of which, he created and founded the Good Dad Gang movement. You know what I'm saying? So many thousands and thousands of years of respect for that, ladies and gentlemen. Termanology.
Man, what an intro, bro. I appreciate you, brother.
You got it, brother. I try, man. I'm getting better and better, man. Yo, thank you for taking the time, brother. I know you're in the middle of working right now and handling business. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. You know what I mean? I respect you, man. I look at you as a friend in this music industry, where a lot of times people are not your friends in this music industry, you know? So, I look at you as a peer, as a great MC, and, somebody I connect with, man. So it's all love.
Likewise, brother. Likewise. All the same things, indeed, man. Yo, let's just jump right in it. You know what I'm saying? I know your time is limited, man. Politics as usual,
Yeah.
right? A lot of times you hear in hip hop people talk about Nas, Illmatic, how there was a dream team of producers behind that album, right? Talk to us about the dream team of producers that was behind Politics as Usual.
Yeah, that was the goal, bro. Like when I started writing as a kid, it was in the '90s, and the album in the '90s that we kind of looked at as like a Bible of hip hop was Illmatic. So just having that as being like a blueprint to like how you can make the greatest album was to, spit your heart out on some beats that hopefully you get a beat by Primo one day or Pete Rock or Large Pro, something like that. So when I got my opportunity to make an album, like my first album, I was like, man, I got a vision. I want to try to get all them same producers from Illmatic, and whatever other producers that I looked up to, that I could get. So I was able to get Large Pro, P Rock, and Primo on my first album. So
Crazy.
that's super special, man, because that's the blueprint that Nas used on Illmatic. So I felt like as long as if I can get in the studio and show my lyrical talent and like my songwriting talent on those beats from those guys, then it would be like people would listen to me. People would be like, all right, yo, let's at least hear what this guy got to say versus me just jumping on any beat by any producer from the homies from around the way. Because, we all got homies that make beats and they're good beats. But, Primo's Primo, P Rock is P Rock, Large Pro's Large Pro. So,
Right.
I was able to get them. I was able to get Easy Mo B that did the bulk of Ready to Die for Biggie.
Crazy.
I
Crazy.
I was able to get Havoc, who did all the Mob Deep stuff, which is some of my favorite albums. I was able to get Alchemist,
High
High
tech.
Tech, Buck Wild, and
Shout out
I
to
was able
Buck.
to say like my first album, every single producer on my first album was a legend that was certified legend, hip hop legend, classic, boom bap, sought after platinum producer. You know what I mean? And that was the goal, which was like, yo, just make a whole album full of like the best producers ever.
Mission accomplished. Mission
Definitely, man.
accomplished. Word
Definitely.
up. Yeah, man. And yo, so before that though, right? Before that amazing project, man, and before you were able to manifest this dream, make it come true, there was a project called Out the Gate.
Right.
Talk to me about that a little bit. How much did that project affect this vision of yo, I know what I gotta do now
Yeah.
with this first official album?
Right, cause the thing was I was already putting out mixtapes. Like I got a record deal in high school. You know what I mean? So I started putting out records in 2001, 2002. I'm doing mixtapes, I'm doing original content. I'm doing my first tours, leaving high school, skipping school for a week or two to go on tour. You know, with guys like Poison Pen and Acrobatic, and you know those independent guys that was around me doing shows with Immortal
Shout
Technique.
out Poison Pen, man.
Yeah, all those type of guys, you know, I was doing shows with in high school. So I was
Wow.
putting out music and putting out vinyl in 2001, 2, 3, 4. Then in that era, I started doing like real mixtapes, like full mixtapes with original music. And I linked with this producer named DC, and we did so many joints that we got a record deal for out the gate. So it was more like a collaborative album. So that was kind of like really like my first album, but it was kind of like a prequel to like what my industry album would be. You know what I mean? So what it did was it taught me the game. It taught me about sound scans. It taught me about when you sign a contract, there's something in there called buyback. There's something in there called reserves. You know, these industry terms that I didn't know, it hit me to the game. So when I was ready to get in the lab with people like Premiere, I was already like 5 projects in, but they were like my underground joints. You know what I mean? So
Right. Right.
lots of props to DC, and lots of props to all the people like Static and Dan Green and like Amalgam and all these people that believed in me as a young kid. It prepped me for that moment for when I got my real shot with Politics as Usual.
No doubt. Well said, brother. It reminds me of boxing, you know what I mean? It's many of the greats, you know what I'm saying? They have, you know what I mean, over 100 amateur fights on their record, you know what I'm saying? And these are things that the public never sees. You never see the
Yeah,
blood, the sweat, the tears, all the training, learning the techniques, you know what I'm saying? But then comes the professional career, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
now shit
exactly.
is shaking, you know what I mean? Now you
And they
understand your
yeah, and they looking
toolbox,
at you
you know
like,
what
oh,
I
you
mean?
five. They looking at you like you 5-1. You're like, nah, I'm 101.
Right, right,
You
right.
know, but yeah, definitely, I feel you, bro. It's a lot that goes unseen in this music stuff, and you know, and any greatness and anything you want to do great, all that stuff in the dark is not what they're gonna see. You know what I mean?
Indeed, indeed. But it shines through, man, in the work.
Def.
Undoubtedly, brother. Word up, man. Word up.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man, let me talk about this song, man. One of my favorite verses from you, one of my favorite songs from you. Black Mass,
Woo.
part one. The first
Yes.
one. Yeah. Nasty.
Whores and flicks with gorgeous lips. Tours and trips and foreign whips, enormous shit. Never on no normal shit. King Tut, Jews, truck, gold ornaments. You all my sons, my seed is the origin.
Just ridiculous, man. I wanted to say, I think it's so ill that you did a project with Dame Grease. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because yo, this was my favorite producer. I mean, this was from before I even knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard yes sir,
You
yes
know what I
sir,
mean? Then
fire.
Grease the legend.
Indeed, brother. Indeed, man. Yo, it was niggas done started something.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? Man,
Woo.
I heard that in DFY on a Best of the Locks mixtape that I had at the time. This is even before Jiggy with it and all that shit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And as soon as I heard that beat, I'm like, yo, this is the craziest shit ever. Like, yo, this is RZA on some like I can't hard, yo. This is RZA mixed with something new, some
Yeah.
energy that's more, you know what I mean, dialed into the sharp shit, man. Dare I say? But ever since then, Dame has had, with the vacant lot shit, you know what I mean, live on Lennox,
Yup.
a bunch of bangers on there, man. Um, I, just top three producer for me, seriously, man. And I try to keep my list of producers now more modernized, right? So Vinny Idol is somebody that's on that list. Dame Grease is somebody that's on that list for sure. You know what I mean? What Talk to us about that project, man, and how that all came together.
Yeah, with Dame, somebody reached out to me. They were doing like it was one of the websites. It might have been like Hip Hop DX or something. Was doing like a weekly freestyle. You know they link you with a producer and you do an exclusive freestyle and they'll show it. You know they'll post it. And somebody reached out like, yo, you want to do this freestyle on this Dame Grease joint for us? I was like, yeah, absolutely. So what ended up happening is that the song I made was so hot, I hit them back like, yo, can you put me in touch with Dame? Cause yo, now I want to use this for my album. I don't think a freestyle suffice. Like I'll do a freestyle for y'all too, but this is so good that I think it's an album
Facts.
joint. So when they put me in touch with Dame, He was like, yo, fuck a song. Let's do a whole album. He sent me 100 beats right away. Bam, 100 beats. And I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Because now I got 100 beats to pick through, and we agreed on 10.
Right.
So I got a 100 pack, and I was able to, siphon it down to the 10 that I thought were the most cohesive for the project. And so we ended up using that one that I did for the Hip Hop DX for More Politics, which is the follow up to Politics as Usual, where I did the same thing with the producers, but I updated it. I had Justice League, I had Q-Tip, I had Dame. So I did the same kind of thing as I did with the first one. But anyway, that song did so well that we decided to do a full album, and then that's how the album came about.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing, brother. And yo, I just wanted to add on to that, man. It makes sense that knowing your body of work, knowing your pattern, you know what I'm saying, and the way you said it in the bar one time. You said, I make albums in my sleep, I think. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, facts.
when the producer sends you 100 beats, right? You know what I'm saying? It's because they know that about you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
yo, you gotta send son a heavy pack, man, because he's gonna work. You know what I mean? That's ill, son. Shout out to you, man, for making that happen with Dame Grease. Word up, man. I think as a producer, I would love to see a lot more
Yeah.
artists working with Dame like that on a full scale. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and getting that vibe, man.
He got the beats. They're there. You just gotta reach out to bro, cause he got the beats. I'll tell you that. He one of them dudes, right? So I'll tell you a funny secret about production. Do you make beats too?
No, no, no.
Okay, so I'll tell you a funny secret that has worked for me, right? As a producer, when I make beats, right, I name the beat something that I hear about the beat, like a vibe or something. And half the time when I send the beat, the artist, if they pick the beat, they keep the beat name, cause I'm approaching the beat as an artist already, right?
I'm already producing the song in this sense
I'm
as
giving it.
well.
I'm giving you the song, and I'm calling it Dark Room. And the beat is called Dark Room, right? So you might hear it and be like, "Oh yeah, this remind me of some time that I was in a dark space." Bam, pen moving, right? So that's for me as a producer. That's my talent. You know what I mean? My talent has never been like maybe playing keys or like other stuff that other people have. My talent is the foresight, right? But there's that way of sending beats. Then you got somebody like Dame. Dame will send you a beat. It'll say Dame Grease 2,799. That means that's his 2,799 beat. Like this dude
Right.
has so many beats. You know what I mean? So I say that to say that shit, man. People need to holler at Dame, dog, because he got thousands of beats on deck.
That's what's up, man. Shout out to Dame Grease, man. MCs, get at him, man, because the more Dame Grease produce shit in the world, the better the world. 100, man. Yo, but what I bring it up, Black Mask, right?
Yeah.
There's a bar in there. There's a bar in there. There's a few bars in there from everybody. Shout out to Wise P, shout out to Sheik, shout out to Fame. You know what I'm saying? But you said something running from the devil when he trying to lure me in. But I'm praying, but I'm worshiping the Lord within.
Talking to God, try to be more like him. Running from the devil when he try to lure me in. But I'm worshiping the Lord within. Hope he open the doors and let me in. Jim
Now
Morrison.
this would lead me to my next question. Do you believe in God?
Yeah, definitely. And there was times in my life where I was an atheist. I was hurt so bad when my
No
grandma
doubt.
died. I didn't understand why. I'm still a kid. I'm 14. Around that age 14, you think you a grown up. You still a kid. Us coming up where how we came up, we outside, we fighting, we getting suspended, we just starting to get locked up, we just joining gangs, whatever. We're going through all this shit where you're a man, but you still a kid. And
All of the
so
above.
yeah, so my mind wasn't like open enough or mature enough to understand that there must be a God, right? And that's just me. That's my opinion. Some people say there's no
Agreed.
God. Some people think we came from apes. Some people believe in different religions. That's on you what you believe in. But I will say that for a few years, I felt like that. You know what I mean? Because I was like, why? Why are all these people dying? Why is all this happening? And then when I got older and I became a parent and I seen my child born, those type of things happen, and I'm like, yo, there has to be a God. There's no way. This is so incredible. This kid didn't come from nowhere. Like this didn't just happen. Like this was God's plan. This is through God. This had to happen through God. You feel me? So I would say
No
that,
doubt.
for a few years, I was mad at God because I was a kid and I didn't really understand. But now that I'm older, I just understand that the world is always gonna have good and evil. There's good and evil, and some people call it God and the devil. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but good and evil has always existed and it always will exist. You know what I mean? But me, I pray every morning. I say thank you to God and ask him that he look over me and mine and we have a good day and everything. We're blessed. And when I go to sleep, I do the same thing. You know what I mean? That's what works for me.
Beautifully said, brother. And I agree with just about all of that. I'm in the same position. I have no religion. I had religion before. I study religion deeply just because it's a passion of mine. It's something that always has interested me since very young. Just the way these things come about, and the deeper meanings behind them and the historicity, all of it is just something I find grandly interesting. But I pray every morning, I pray every chance I get. So a lot of times things will happen during the day, something, you know what I mean, whether good or bad, you know what I mean, or just a moment of clarity, you know what I mean, or a moment of wow, man, I truly am blessed, you know what I'm saying, and
Right.
that'll bring me to pray and to give thanks and spend my energy that way. But I believe without a doubt there is a God. And I use the word God because it's the word that is most easily received. It's most palatable. You know what I mean? But I don't have any specific name or exact thing that I have to say or
Same.
nothing like
Same.
that. You know what I mean?
Same, bro.
Because like
Same.
you said, good and evil is really what we're dealing with, and it's my personal belief that um good is our default nature, brother. It's what I truly believe is that what we are is good, and it's because we come from God, and when we turn away from that is where you get evil from. You know what I mean?
I agree, bro.
Word,
That's
word.
deep. Yeah, that's deep. And everybody can't have this conversation, brother, because everybody's not this open minded. And I respect everybody's opinion. There's 8 billion people on this world.
Likewise.
There's hundreds of religions. There's hundreds of countries. It's gonna be people that came up that believe in a different God as you. And I respect them and I respect their opinion. And even if they don't respect my opinion, that's their right. You know what I'm saying? But I like to get it through life like this, and I feel like I'm doing all right. I'm okay with how I move. I can sleep at night knowing that I try to do good and that, God sees all that I do.
Indeed. Indeed. And none of that will go unseen. I'm right there with you, brother. That's amazing, man. Thank you for that, bro. Word up, man.
Word,
Word
real
up.
talk.
Yeah, that's a ill bar on that line though, man. And Fame had a crazy bar on that Black Mass joint too, man. He said your gun shoot baby powder. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it's so cool, man. That was when we dropped the video, I remember clearly everybody dropped their verse on their page. So Sheik dropped his, Wise dropped his, Fame dropped his, mine, I dropped mine. And everybody's went crazy. Like the comments went crazy on IG. Not really. Sometimes YouTube, the YouTube video doesn't ring off like that, but your
Not like it
IG,
used to, right? Not
yeah,
like
the
it used to.
IG, you gonna have thousands of comments all over IG, maybe 10 on YouTube. Sometimes it works like that, right? So with
Yeah.
us, the since it had such a big buzz, the thing was everywhere we went was who had the best verse. You know what I mean? And to be honest, yo, I don't really know who had the best verse, and that feels good. Cause like
That's a
90% of the
successful
time,
song.
yeah, 90% of the time, everybody kind of knows who had the best verse on a joint. But that one was so
Right.
subjective, bro. It was so subjective that it just depends on how you were feeling that day or who's your favorite rapper on the song. Because I still feel like even though Wasp P was probably the one with the least buzz at the moment, he still might have had the best verse. Everybody cooked. Everybody was wilding.
Everybody got
So,
busy on there.
yeah,
Facts.
man.
Facts.
Definitely.
Facts. Yeah, that's definitely a successful song, man. When you having these conversations are easy to have. Like, yo, I can't tell, man.
Yeah.
100%, man. But shit, man, you've done a lot of joints, son, with a lot of MCs, man, from up until now, modern day, going back a little bit, going back quite a while actually, you know what I'm saying? And you've worked with the best. You've you know what I mean? You've
Yeah.
put your bars alongside some of the greatest of all time. So Shit, man. Just a couple questions about that, man. First of all, is there anybody that you haven't gotten to work with? You know, like somebody from when you was 14, 15, from those days,
Yeah.
like, yo, this dude's the illest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because I'm such a fan of hip hop. You see, what's in back of me is my record collection, right? This is my personal collection. And I started collecting vinyl when I was 14. I'm 41. So this is pretty much my whole life that I've been able to spend money and buy stuff. You know what I mean? That it's like, even with the CDs, you know, when you dropped your CD, I was on you like, yo, send me the CD, send me the CD. Because
no
I
doubt.
collect CDs. In my living room, I got 3,000 CDs. You know what I mean? So I got 3,000 CDs, and then I got, you know, all the vinyl. So it's like it's like I'm a collector of music and hip hop. I'm in love with it. I got every Source
Hell
magazine,
yeah.
every Double XL, all that. So I mean, I could name you mad people, but I think the real win, bro, is just like that I've been able to work with almost everybody I came up inspired by, from Wu Tang to Tribe Called Quest to the Locks to all them producers we named earlier. You know, some of my favorite rappers like G Rap and Kane, and like I think that one of the things that K Slade did, which was so cool, was he made the 100 rappers on one song joint where he put all of us on a song together. He did 50 rappers, then he did 100, then he did
Facts.
200. So now you taking terminology and putting them on a song with Snoop. You know,
Yup.
you're
Yup.
taking, you
Yup.
know, Millies and putting them on the song with Grandmaster Caz. You're taking Black Thought and putting them on a song with E40. Like, dog, like K Slade was a genius, dog.
Yo,
You know
rest
what I
in
mean?
peace to K Slade, man. Word up.
So he
K
was a
Slade,
yeah, so he was able to like,
the
you
illest.
know, he was able to kind of like help all of us out and be like, all right, yo, whoever I think is dope, y'all all going on this one song together, and like let's let the world debate who had the best verse type shit. You know what I mean? But to answer your question, I think LL would be great on some legendary shit.
Wow. Hell yeah.
LL,
Crazy.
I mean, I always wanted to work with Dr. Dre. That's like a lifelong goal for me. You know what I mean? Maybe Dr. Dre, Eminem. Um, I want to do a song with Black Thought, just me and Black Thought on some lyrical shit. That would be crazy.
You on a song with Black Thought already?
Well, because the hundred MCs, you know, but I want
Because
to do one just him and I. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah, cause
Bet.
cause I kind of don't really count that one with Slay, cause it's like everybody didn't really know who he was on the song with. He was doing it
It's
for
an
Slay.
asterisk. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah.
So with me, you know, I'll show you for an example. I started dropping these greatest hits joints, right? So this is like some of my features, right? So if you just look at this one vinyl, so you see Term and Raekwon, Term and Sean Price, Term and Method Man, Term and Buster, Term and Conway, Term and Benny, Term and Action Bronson, Term and Nori, Term and G Rap. These are
Crazy.
one-on-ones. These are like just me and them. So these
Fire.
these these mean something to me because it's like those are some of my favorite rappers. Those are some of the
No
most
doubt.
respected rappers. And the fact that I was able to get in the studio with those guys and make records, that's a timeless moment that lives forever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, more of that. More, maybe, like I said, maybe some of those guys, that would be cool.
LL, and Eminem
Yeah, man.
with
Dr.
the
Dre.
beat by Dre.
You know what I'm saying? See, you see it.
Crazy.
You see my vision, brother.
No doubt. No doubt. That would be amazing, brother. Yo, man. But speaking of G Rap, you mentioned you got to do a couple joints with G Rap, and
Yeah.
and you got that'll go right into the new project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, 50 on that song. That song is crazy. First of all, that's the joint I'm feeling the most off that song or off the project so far. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro.
Word. But you got G Rap on a joint called Get 'Em.
Yeah.
G Rap is still getting busy, son.
Nah, he's
Like,
wilding. He's still wilding.
this shit is incredible to see, man, and to hear. You know what I'm saying? But you had a joint with Saigon, right? With G Rap.
Yeah, and then we had one last year, just me and G Rap, where we did the same flow back together. He like, yeah,
Let your Glock burst.
Yeah, KGR terminology with no apologies. You get sleepy hollow or hollow squeeze. Y'all ain't really looking for robbery, not in your arteries. I see through you like shit models and bottles
that
Be
one. See, that one's my favorite because it
That
was
one's
just
hard,
me and
son.
him. It's just me and him. You know what I mean? And then I showed up to the video, to do the video, and I start spitting my verse. All of a sudden, I just see his big ass Glock over my shoulder. I'm like, what the fuck is this? G Rap just pulled the Glock out while I was rhyming. I said, yo, that shit. I said, nah, this is it. This is the shit that when we was 16 with the headphones, like, you know what I mean? Like, listening to fucking murder music. Yo, when the gas severe, your cats get pale, and that's the deal. Fuck the bitch ass and switch fat. Like,
That's
when we was
my
hearing that
favorite
shit,
G rap verse right there of
me,
all time,
me
son.
too, my brother. So I'm saying
Word.
when I'm sitting there memorizing that shit, you never thinking when I get older, this man is gonna respect me so much. He gonna pull up to my video and fucking it's called Let Your Glock Burst and pull the Glock out over my shoulder like, yeah, this is my little man. He nice. Like,
Y'all terminology, I never heard another rhyme of this violence as prodigy. Came in the game solid, acknowledge I make dollars, but not with that fake garbage. I'm making projects so quality, I swear solemnly, never sell out for no
you
commodity.
know
No
what I mean?
doubt.
So it's like, bro, it's so full circle, bro. It's so full circle, and I'm just so thankful. You know what I mean? I'm so thankful and grateful that I'm still here, bro. It's been 20 years I've been in this shit, and I'm still able to keep doing it. You know?
No doubt. You killing it, man. You are setting an example that's much more than inspiring for so many people, bro. You know what I'm saying? To see you do it from such a young age, stay so consistent and knock out so many of your goals back to back like that, man. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? I first came across you was so amazing. You know what I mean? With Primo. And
Yup.
that was I had just returned back into society, let's say, from a bad place, and just getting into recording music and trying to figure out what it is I gotta do and all that. And I came across that joint, man, and it was like, yo, this shit.
Just some shit I thought up, but it probably works. So hit me if you need some quality work. I'm the most underrated, underestimated, unsigned new cat to rap.
Yeah, and a brand new artist. Like he took a chance on me, bro. He didn't have to. You know what I mean? He's DJ Premier. Like, let's be honest. He never had to do one song with me.
Word.
You know what I mean? Like, never.
With
Like, he
anybody.
did 10 songs with me, bro. Yeah, he don't got to do a song ever again in his life, and he's still the GOAT.
Facts.
So, him taking his chances on me and giving me his time and energy and his cosign. He's in the video, making the beat in the video and all that stuff. I mean, he really took a liking to me, and it definitely propelled my career because I ain't gonna lie. Before I started working with Primo Dog, I was in my mom's crib trapping. You know what I'm saying? I was not doing what I should be doing out here. And my fate could have been a lot different had I not got that look from Primo. You know what I mean? It changed my whole life. I mean, so I'm forever indebted to him, in a positive way. I just got nothing but praise and thank yous for him. And yo, it's ill, man. Like, yo, after Watch How Go Down and then So Amazing, those two songs changed my whole life because I didn't have a deal yet. That was brown paper bag money. That was me giving him a brown paper bag doing what I was
No
doing
doubt.
type shit. So, and he understood and respect that about me a lot, and we still laugh about it to this day. Like, yo, remember when I told you how much for the beat, and you said, okay, give me 7 days, and then you showed up with the brown paper bag, and I was like, yeah, happy you remember that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
So yeah, bro, I'm proud of that, and I'm proud of where I've came, man. As you can see in back of me, you see like my trademarks, my business ownership, my copyrights, all this stuff. Like, I'm a business owner to society now. I own corporations, and I'm doing good things for the community. And
Major.
I'm just really proud of where I'm at.
Major, man. Major salutes to you, brother. Major salutes, man. I just wanted to say real quick, you were prepared for that moment, though. You know what I'm saying? With Primo, you were prepared with your skill, with your talent, and you were prepared to do whatever you had to do to make it happen. And then that just cements it even more. You know what I'm saying? With how dedicated and focused you've been for so long. Shout out to you again, brother. But speaking of business ownership, speaking of the community, man, rap with us real quick about Good Dad Gang.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, Good That Gang is probably the thing that I have the most pride in. Hip hop is my passion and I love it. But now I'm like a community leader. We're going on our 10th year of backpack giveaways. We give away backpacks in my hood, Lawrence, Massachusetts, being the poorest city in Massachusetts. They need our help, and I've given away 1,000 backpacks every year. It started with 100, went to 300, 500. Last year was 1,500. We got the mayor to come out. We got DJs. We giving
Fire,
away
fire.
hoverboards and Oculuses and all this cool stuff we're doing for the community, bro. Like, growing up in the crack era in the 80s and 90s, we didn't have none of that. no free backpacks, no giveaways. The mayor wasn't coming outside. Like it wasn't no famous rappers coming back to the block with their whole family and all their friends and giving away free food and having DJs and positive. It was only negative stuff. So, the hood is still always going through it. The hood is gonna always still be the hood. And I think that, the kids are our future, bro. So it's something that's gratifying to me to take care of my hood and to go back where I came up, very underprivileged to say the least, and to give back to these people, man, and be a hope for some of these kids that want to be business owners, want to be rappers, want to get out of the hood. And not only that, just for the mothers out there that's struggling, they might be doing it on their own and they might have a couple kids and they could use some free food today and some clothes and some backpacks and some school supplies. So that's one part of it. It started as a hashtag 10 years ago on Instagram. It turned into a clothing line brand. As you see, this is our collab with DJ Premier, Good That Gangstar.
Fire. That's
We
hard
got the
body right
we got the
there.
sneaker. We got the Patrick Ewing
Yes, sir.
sneaker, you know what I mean, with me and my daughter on the front.
Sir.
Legendary, good dad.
Crazy.
So we started doing this stuff because there was never a sneaker for dads, right? We got all kind of sneakers celebrating Valentine's Day and all these different type of days and all this stuff. But we never had nothing honoring dads. So with Father's Day coming up, June 16th, a lot of times like we would get socks, get a keychain, get a tool set. When are we gonna get some cool stuff? You know what I mean? So I made it. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. So I made it where you can get some hip hop merch, but you still repping being a good dad. You can get some dope sneakers. You can get a basketball jersey, and all of that stuff is
Yes,
available at my
sir.
website, gooddadgang.com. So from the apparel to helping the community to just motivating dads to be in their kids' life, man, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely incredible, man. Yo, Term, it's one of my over the years, just watching you grow through our interactions and all that. But this certainly, like you said, this is the thing you're most proud of. And I would say this is the thing that garnered the most respect, I think. Not just from me, but from the world, because this is so transparent and it's so it's so from the soul, man. It's so beneficial to people that you have to acknowledge this, you know what I'm saying, as something that supersedes the music, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean, you know what I mean? But just absolutely incredible, brother. And I want to thank you for doing that. Word up, man. Yo,
Thank you,
we
bro.
usually keep them about 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, the interview. But before I go, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this, my G. I've seen you at the events, at least one or two, um, that they were having out in mass. Um, why has terminology not stepped on that battle stage?
I think that I think I use it more as motivation. I think that when I'm around battle rappers, I feel like battle rappers are the best lyricists in the world. They have to do the most preparation. Their material goes often unseen. They might write 5 minutes worth of raps, and if you didn't see that battle, you didn't hear it. Which is essentially a
Right.
whole album. 16 bars is 16 bars is 40 seconds, and you could do a 10-song album and only do 10 16s. Because if you got, it's like Term and Spit Gems, Term and
Very
Nems, Term and
true.
Fame, Term and
Very
Sheik, Term
true.
and Wise. And then all I got to do is 10 16 bars and I could do a whole album, right? So um, I feel like I just really respect a pen. So, more as me being a part of it and like jumping in the league, I try to stay in my lane. I just don't really feel like that's my lane. Not that I couldn't cook somebody. So I do think I could cook somebody, but I think it's not really my lane. I leave that to the
No doubt,
professionals. You know
no
what I mean?
doubt, no doubt. Thank you for that, brother. And likewise, I got the highest respect for battle rappers. The truth of the matter is that I come from that. You know what I mean? A different era, of course, when we did this in different venues and on the street mostly. And not for nothing, I'll be very
Yep.
honest, man. And I think it's something that, you know, should be said. I spent quite a bit of time incarcerated, and in those circles, in those yards, that style, what some would say the URL style, I guess, you know what I mean, is so much of that comes from those high intensity crowds that come from prison yards, man, and certain cell blocks and shit.
Definitely.
And I was very much into that. It's how I passed a lot of my time. A lot of people to this day call me a battle rapper still, you know what I'm saying? Even though, I've never had a battle on stage. All my respect for the battle rappers. I
Right.
would do it. For me, it's the physical part of it. It's the spitting in the face. It's the fingers in the face. You know what I'm saying? I know that I would be doomed in that situation because I would probably lose my cool. But I will say this.
Yeah.
There are many battle rappers who understand that and respect each other's space and also respect each other's family and private affairs and use, the moment just to exchange and battle with skill. You know what I'm saying? So for those kind of cats,
Yeah.
that's something I would probably do. But yo, thank you for that, Term. I appreciate it. Maybe one day, man, we would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? Word up.
Yeah, maybe one day before I hang it up, I mean, maybe I would step back in the arena because I came from battle rap too. I used to battle rap too, and it just as much as I love it, I would say it's not my
No doubt.
superpower. You know what I mean? It's somebody else's superpower. I got my friends are Chilla Jones and Cortez and guys like
Veterans.
that can memorize a zillion bars and
Indeed.
fucking freestyle for years. You know what I mean? Like I'm good at what I do, but I would like to say my superpower is putting together projects. So I'm gonna
Fire,
stay in my
son.
lane.
Appreciate that so much,
You
man.
know what I mean?
Yo, now usually when we leave off with one jewel, man. A jewel of your choice. You dropped quite a few throughout the conversation, brother. But give them one more, leave them with one more sparkling jewel that they could use.
Yeah, man. I would like to give a jewel to the up and coming artists because right now, to my knowledge, there's like 100,000 songs a week being uploaded to Spotify, and that's too much. That's too much for us to possibly take in. 100,000 songs a week. How can we hear this? All and a lot of artists they're just rapping because they just want likes on IG or they just, they want to express themselves. But my jewel to y'all is do the business side too. Please do the business side too. Don't focus only on being lit on IG. Don't focus on only doing shows and trying to bag women or take some dope pics. Focus on the behind the scenes of the music as well. Like it's very simple for you to sign up for a couple websites where you can get paid every month off your music, right? You go to soundexchange.com, download that, create an account, put your music on there, you get paid every 3 months. You go to bmi.com, you download that, you put your music on there, you get publishing checks every 3 months. You create your own YouTube channel, you upload your music on there, you get paid every month. You go to bandcamp.com, you upload your music on there, people can physically buy your music. So I just gave y'all 4 ways. I just gave y'all 4 ways you can make income off of rap, man. Go do that, then go worry about being lit on IG.
Facts. Facts. That was amazing, brother. I think a lot of people can benefit from that right there. Word up.
Word up,
Yo,
my brother.
Term, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. We look forward to the next album because I know you ain't stopping no time soon, man.
I got 10 ready already.
Let's get it, brother.
I'm on album number 5050. I make albums with my eyes closed. Facts. Before I go up in that casket, they gon' put my motherfucking jersey in the rafters. Plus I own my own masters. Mama ain't raised no fool. Man, I got this.